Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for week 47. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here from High-Tech Investment and welcome back to the channel. We have reached week 47 now. Week 46, basically we skipped it. We were quite busy traveling around the world here and obviously we are now back. We're going to try and do a bit of an update on our news report for all the different projects that we are currently involved in, just as usual. And there's some extra parts that you simply don't want to miss this time around. It is Black Friday, it could be Cyber Monday, so there's obviously some extra benefits this time around, not just on the trading, on the investment platforms here, but if you're definitely into EA trading, there is an opportunity here also to get some serious discounts. So let's get started. Let's have a look at some of the numbers and where we are from the previous weeks, as we have both last week and this week's numbers in here just to compare them. So the first part we're going to go through here is our friends at Yield Notes, and at the moment there is pretty much no information, no details at all coming out of Yield Notes here. And the CEO, there hasn't been since September 2023, so basically a couple of months here now, which is quite disappointing. We are coming to the end now also of 2023, where we are basically supposed to run as per roadmap. We know we're still gonna most probably also make use of the first quarter of 2024, but still don't forget, deadline claim your NFT has been extended to the end of the year. Again, it is not obligatory. You don't have to do anything at all in here. You can consider basically the platform as is, but there could be other benefits in there. And again, you can see exactly how you can claim this. And there's a lot more details if you look at the Yield Notes platform. So frequently asked questions also is definitely something that you should have a look at. Now, the next part is also when it comes to the Decenomy part, when we are the current value of assets, that doesn't seem to have changed in the last many months here. It's still looking at around $1 million and nothing is being updated. If that is the real numbers here, or the guys have simply forgotten to add in the new clients, the new clientele, I'm not exactly sure. But definitely it's very quiet at the moment with Yield Notes and Decenomy overall, which is quite disappointing. So they used to be very good at communicating and now everything has slowly gone down the hill. Other things that also have gone down the hill is the iHost MN site in here still. The shared masternoding still not working, still at 0. Can't really add anything in there at the moment. Only the full masternode is still working. And you can see some of the return on the investments, but that doesn't really help us very much at the moment since it's not really available. And as I mentioned a few times now, so we have actually set up our SAP wallet, so we are staking, and nothing has happened since the 28th of October. And now here on the 21st, you can see in the yellow bar that we did actually manage to get a new one of 280 SAP in here. So it is very unstable at the moment, so which is a bit disappointing. We had hoped we could get a lot more out of this staking part, but then again, we also had some experience with it in previous times, and it was something similar. So a bit disappointing, but still we are keeping it here, hopefully until things are coming back to normal. The same thing with the PNY. We also see that finally we got 133 PNY, which is not much compared to what we used to get. Don't forget we were about 8 to 10% overall every single week on the PNY. So just to receive 133 out of our 15,380 at the time here is not really much, and obviously quite disappointing, but there's nothing else we can do at the moment. So this is the best option, and we just hope that it's gonna move forward and hopefully give us some more profit over time. Bitcoin has certainly also been on the move, both up and down. If you have a look, we actually left it at around 37,000 last time and a bit. Since then it has dropped to 34,800 again. It went up to 38,000, then another drop to 35,500 and jumped up again almost to the same range, 37,500 and then another drop here. And recently we saw a new all-time high for the year at 38,414. And since then it has dropped a bit down again, but you can see there is a trend and it is going upwards. So let's see if we're gonna actually get into the 40,000 by next week. It could be interesting to see exactly how that is gonna develop also. Now we have the Trillant news, and there's not much news coming out of there. So I've just picked one of them, and because again we are coming up to the time now where we had our packages in here for 52 weeks, and that means they're basically running out. So now you have some options, and that is either you can basically hold on to it and just keep it in your wallet, wait for the next possible increase in the value. You can sell them on the exchange depending on the limit in the back office. Again, at the moment, that is obviously still a low value, so and that's also what they are expecting in here. And then you can restake some of it in here. So there's a couple of decisions still on how to do this, and it's entirely up to you. We are simply just giving you the options and the information in here. Now, if we have a look at our platform, we can see that 3 of our packages has actually just run out. So the package of 180,000, 178 and 40,000 in here has now ended for the 52 weeks of 52, as you can see. So those ones are completed, and you can see our stable coins over here, 36,082. That should be similar to dollars. You can see external, we haven't bought any new ones. The only way that you can actually get some of that out is going in and investing new money, not the money that you already have in here. So obviously that is entirely up to you if you want to add any more money to the platform in here. We said no at the moment. We might take the 427,812 and then restake them over here. Why not, since nothing really otherwise happens on the platform itself. So we might as well maybe take the 15% over the next 52 weeks. Now the other part, we still have the last 3 packages, so we had 6 in total. And that one will continue to run until next week, and then basically that also will run out here at the end of the day. So still a lot of packages, but unfortunately we had hoped that something would happen before we will run out, but that is not the case, and so be it. We'll simply just have to wait and see how the development of the platform will be, if we're going to actually get a nice Christmas presents where things are going to go back to normal, or we have to get into the new year, similar to what I mentioned earlier on with yield notes. Having a look at coinstore.com, we can see, and this is not the stable coin, so this is the various coin that we bought for 5 cents in the beginning here, and then it moved upwards. But since then, it has really been struggling to gain traction again. So when we left it about 2 weeks ago, around the 11th and 12th here, it was still at 0.0006681. And now it has dropped once more again to 0.0004400. So obviously not the development that we wanted to see, but we are quite used to that by now, because it has been pretty much solid up and down, and very, very far from our original target since the coin was introduced. Now the money tree for week 46, so this is the prior week in here, we saw some decent money coming in with that. The low risk one was $71 or 1.0%, medium risk $82 or 1.6%, and the same for the high risk one, $82 or 1.9%. So that was not too bad at all. Obviously it is not big numbers, but it's certainly a lot better compared to week 47, which was low. And you will also see that this was low not only for the money tree, it's also low for some of the other EAs that we are actually running at the moment. So it has been a bit of a disappointing week for week 47. But let's have a quick look. Money tree low risk one, $45 or 0.6%. Medium risk and high risk simply didn't have any trades that closed off, and that's why they are continuing to be in zero for the week. Now, if we go to one that makes a bit more profit, that is definitely the profit retriever for week 46. So always also here prior week. We saw the top one in here was the US 30 number 2, which is normally always a very, very strong contender, $1,249 or 12.5%. Then we have the silver in here at $1,024 or 10.2%. So again, index and metal timing out. And in number 3, we also have the Aussie 200 index, $510 or 5.1%. Aussie US, $450 or 4.5%. And then we have the gold at the bottom here of the top 5, $407 or 4.1%. Overall, if you would have traded those top 5 EAs over that past week, it was $3,639 or 7.3%. And that is definitely good enough, and also compared to what we have seen in the prior weeks. Now, week 47, as I mentioned, was a bit of a disappointing week overall, and you can also see here the profit retriever did not do well. The best one was actually Euro New Zealand with $467 or 4.7%. Let's not kid ourselves, 4.7%. That is still quite massive just for 1 week, but we have gotten used to big numbers with the profit retriever. And the US 30 number 2, still not in the top this time around, but still doing quite well with $417 or 4.2%. And then we also have the silver in there once again, $350 or 3.5%. US CAT is up there, 264 with 2.6%. And then we're closing off the top 5 for week 47 again here on the gold side this time around, dropping down $174 or 1.7%. Or if you would have traded those 5 for the past week, which is very similar as you saw to week 46, you would have made $1,672 or 3.3%. And that is still pretty okay, even though we are disappointed with the numbers, but 3.3% for 1 week of trading, definitely that is still okay. Now, if we have a look at the entire portfolio of the Profit Retriever EA here, we can see that it's still doing quite well. And the monthly returns, don't forget, it is actually shrinking a bit all the time with 8% because we are not increasing lot size as we are getting more capital. So the important numbers here is the history, 617 days. And look at the graph in here, a very, very beautiful one. And then we can have a look also on the right-hand lower side. We can see that September was 12,000. And then we had October, a bit disappointing with only 10,474. And then now we are at in November for $12,185, and we still have another 4 trading days to go. So there is still very good possibilities that we can again outrank for the past 3 months, and that will obviously be great. Now you can also have a look at our webpage, and on the webpage you will see both our FTMO trading that we are running. Again, we cannot recommend that. This is more for fun and games that we are trying to play with the Profit Retriever in order to do some FTMO trading. The account is doing okay, but obviously it is way beyond the drawdown limits. The Profit Retriever is not really set up to do that kind of thing. Even you take some of the best results, because they will still move out of the percentage scale, which is 5%. So just be aware of that one. You can find more details on how exactly you can trade this. And as I always mention when a lot of people email me here, says if you want to see more details about the lot size and the drawdowns, things like this, you simply click the FX Blue links that you have down here on the individual currencies. That will then take you on to the sites where you can go and dissect all of the different trades for the past many 100 days. The next part we have is our latest video on the top 10 results for the Profit Retriever. This is the one where we're looking 4 weeks back. And for week 45, also here was a bit disappointing. We were only making about $10,000 over 4 weeks. And when I say only, yes, we are also used to that one producing a bit more, but the market has not been the best one, at least for this particular EA here in the past couple of months. So 10,000 in a month or 4 weeks in this particular case here, that is still okay for us. Now, if all this is too much for you again, you can go on our website and you can have a closer look also on the Profit Retriever trading. If you want to try and trade this one yourself, you can obviously find a lot of videos from us in there on how you can do that and how we did the set files that we have, which we are constantly changing depending on the markets. Or you can simply go to the copy link trading, and that will take you over to the Expert Forex copy link service, where we also have a lot of different links for all the robots that you are actually seeing in this particular news report. And one of them is the Trade Explorer. Trade Explorer has been doing quite well. It is also getting a very old results here now, roughly around 6 months back as what we have traded this one now. For week 46, we can see the 22 pairs made $251 or 1.4%. And once again, the 10 pair one, which is a bit more on the aggressive side, made $653 or 3.5%. So also here you can see a very strong week for week 46. And when we go to the next one, also for week 47, same thing here with the Trade Explorer. The 22 pair only made $130 or 0.7%. 10 pair one did $253 or 1.3%. So both of them are down also for week 47. So it seems to be a trend that passes through all the different EAs. Now I also mentioned that we have a new EA. This is the weight Liberator. So this is a further development of the profit retriever. It now has a certain entry points in here. So that also helps it be a bit more precise and avoid some of the heavy drawdowns that we have seen in the past. And in this particular video here, we are now sharing the first results of all our trading. And of course, we also sharing again similar style as we have with all the other EAs, the FX Blue accounts. You can go and see the individual currency pairs in here, similar to what you see. You click on them and you get all the individual details from our trading. So nothing is hidden. Everything is basically up for grabs. It's just a matter of you going through it and then dissecting the different trading strategies that we have in here. See if that is something for you. You can either then trade it yourself, or you can go on the coupling service. The links you find simply by clicking those particular ones here, and then you look in the top left hand corner, you will see that it has 1K, so as for $1,000 account that you can trade it with, and then it has the name link, and then at the end a number and a C, and that means that is hours in here. But then again, just so I have warned you, you don't necessarily have to only trade it with a $1,000 account. You have to look into your risk strategy, because it could be that you want to lower the lot size when you are copying our trades to, let's say, 50% in order to be a bit more safe and secure. Or you could also add another $1,000 on top of the $1,000 that we normally recommend. So you run this with a $2,000 account. It's entirely up to you. You and you alone are, of course, responsible for your own trading. So be careful. Make sure that you do your own due diligence here. Have a look at the numbers and see what exactly you are comfortable with. So, because we exactly on the Wave Liberator here, we are trading $10,000 accounts with this. But at the same time, so we have set up the EA in such a way that you can also use this one for the FTMO proprietary trading. And at the same time, we have also added it to the Expert Forex, where you can trade it on a $1,000 account. And that is actually what we have done with these numbers you're looking at here. That's why they are so low. So the Aussie USD only $79, but think again of a $1,000 account, and then look at the percentage over here, a massive 7.9% for week 46. So that is really hefty. And if you times that up, of course, by 4, then you're getting more than 20%, almost 30 every single month. And that is something to be proud about if you can actually get away with this. US CAT is $76 or 7.3%. Number 3, US Japanese at $73, 7.3%. Euro Swiss francs, $67 or 6.7%. And then New Zealand USD, $61 or 6.1%. Overall, if you would have traded those 5 EAs again here for the past week of 46, you would have made $355 or 7.1%. So a very strong showing again. If you made $355 on a $5,000 account, so definitely 7.1% for 1 week on average is very, very good numbers. Now for week 47, also here we can see they are lower than the previous ones. They are the same currency pair, but they are mixed up. And have a look at the US Japanese, $95 for a $1,000 account just for 1 week, 9.5%, so very, very heavy profit here. New Zealand USD, $57 or 5.7%, and then Euro Swiss francs, $57 or 5.7%. US CAD, $44 or 4.4%, Aussie USD, $20 or 2.0%. If you would have traded those 5 in the past week of 47, you would have made $273 or 5.5%. And again, very, very strong showing. If you time this up by 4, you are still getting more than 20% on a $1,000 account per month. And this is something that Expert Forex and Alex has also highlighted here in the latest video that he has, is saying there is more than 40 Forex trading accounts that has doubled since they started trading, and that is definitely good news. And actually also different types of robots. Some of them definitely are the profit retriever, but even some of the RSI and Wave Liberator has also already produced quite good numbers, so definitely something to take into consideration. And what exactly should you take into consideration? Well, it is Black Friday, so it has already come and gone as I put this video out here. But some of the discounts, so from Expert Forex, they are still available until Cyber Monday, so you still have time to actually get up to 72% off on those particular EAs. Something to take into consideration, because it is a pretty good EA, and if you treat it right, it will definitely also give you quite a bit of a kickback when it comes to money on the account. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you liked it. We hope, as always, that you can see that many different platforms here can still make money. Many different trading EAs can still make money. They do it in different ways, but overall, things are looking very positive. So I hope to see you on next week's video again, where hopefully we have even bigger profits. So until then, bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.